Welcome to another NRL Preview. So it's round 5 this week, going very quickly. So before we start this my career game on FIFA 16, go through some of the games from last week that we missed. We did the first two. The next one was Gold Coast, who got up against the Raiders, which I didn't tip. I'm not too sure how they won this game. They needed 2 tries in the last 6 minutes and they got it. Scored in the 74th minute and 78th minute and kicked both penalty goals, so conversions to make it a 4-point win. As an NRL team, that shouldn't happen, so Raiders will be very disappointed with that. But Titans are making themselves a very good team. I'm pretty sure they've only lost one game. Yep. And yeah, they're one of the best teams in the comp at the moment. Raiders very disappointing at home. They won't be happy. Another close game on the Saturday was Manly, who beat the Roosters 22-20. Controversial call at the end there with Roosters, who thought they got a try, but it turned out it was offside. A big blow was Cherry Evans injured for Manly, and yeah, that's going to cost them this week, I reckon. But yeah, there was a close game. I tipped this, luckily, so 1 up for me on that one. The only game on Sunday was the Dragons up against the Penrith Panthers. And the Dragons won this game 14-12. It was another close game at the end. Dugan played a good game. Got 80-something points in fantasy if you follow that. And yeah, scored in the 76th minute. Widdop kicked the clutch conversion and they win by 2. So Dragons in a couple of wins in a row now, I believe. And they are not doing too bad. Penrith a bit inconsistent this year, but Moylan's back, I believe, this week, so that might change their chances. On the first Monday game was the Warriors and Newcastle, and this game was close at halftime. It was 12-all, I believe, and Warriors in the second half just turned it up. Sean Johnson, Tuivasa-Sheck, all the good players decided to pull their finger out, and they decided to finally show us something, and that broke the 11 or 12 game losing streak. And yeah, Knights really struggling at the moment. Can't see them winning too many games this season. Parramatta held out for a gutsy 8-0 win against West Tigers. In the second half they pretty much defended the whole game, pretty much. And yeah, kudos to them for defending so well. They do have the best defensive record in the competition. We might just start this game now. So it's the pretty sure it's the Champions League game, because we are now in Napoli. Yeah, we're at home. Start this game up. 27. Oh, okay, I guess that's my number now. Alright, let's play. Yeah. So Parramatta has the best defensive record, and I'm pretty sure they're up near the top as well. Yeah, they've only lost the one game. Equal first. So yeah, Parramatta are a bit of a shock this year, but I think a few people expected them to go okay, even though they don't have as good a team as other players. And the last game was the Sharks, who beat the Storm. Oh god, what am I doing? Wow. Yeah, and the Sharks, they didn't play that well, but I think Storm just played pretty bad, and that was terrible. What am I supposed to do here? Beat this bloke? Oh, come on, mate. Ooh. Okay, I'm bad at this. I am really bad at this. I'm just gonna stop now. Yeah. The Storm played terrible. Every time I watched them, they were either knocking on the ball, throwing on the ground. Oh, so it's not Euro League. There you go.
Now, group stage, match day 1.
Yeah, a lot of planning, a lot of work gone in.
towards getting to this point, so nobody wants
so
to
yeah,
and today it's Napoli.
they were not very good in Storm, and it was a bit of a reality check for them. That was last week, and now we'll go through the games for this week and who I think is going to win, some of the more interesting things, as we start this game off against in the EuroLeague competition. Alright, so tonight we have Manly versus South. And for me, the loss of Cherry Evans is a very big decider in this game. They do have depth as we play him. Is he onside? He is good. Go on then. Oh, what a start that would have been. Yeah. Cherry Evans is a big loss for them. Don't see them winning without him. And South got flogged last week. And with Burgess coming back into the side, they'll want to be proving a point. And no better way than a depleted Manly side. Most teams without their half-backs struggle, as we can see with the Roosters, obviously, without Pearce. So for me, I just can't see Manly winning. They might prove me wrong, but... Oh, what a cross. Oh, come on. Put your foot out, mate. Yeah, South for me on Thursday, or tonight. We have a All-Queensland derby on Friday again. The game last Friday was unbelievable. I don't think this game will be as good, but a derby nonetheless. It is Gold Coast and Brisbane, the M1 derby. Come on, get that cross in. What are you going to do here? Well, they're playing it around so much. Need to get this ball into the box. Yeah, Titans actually might make this a decent game after last week's performance. Their new coach is really getting them to fire. Playing Brisbane is a different story. We'll have a go from here. Oh! Wow! Oh my god, that went in. That is unbelievable. I did not expect that to go in. Wow. Oh! Look at that.
A good look here, again, by the replay of the goal.
Get that out of the net. What a start in the EuroLeague. Oh, alright. Oh, look at him showing off. He knows. We know who he is now. Anyway, after that brilliant goal, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the Titans are playing well this year so far. Get out of my way. And I don't think they could beat the Broncos, though, who are playing, well, there's no question about it, arguably the bloody best team in the comp at the moment. They are favourites still to win it. Bulldogs might have something to say about that. But yeah, it's James Roberts' first game against his old club. So that'll be a bit of a, so we say, interesting encounter. And during the week, he made a comment that said he learnt more in the 3 or 4 weeks playing for Broncos than he did in the whole time playing for Titans, which is, oh, what am I doing? Yeah, saying something like that is just not very nice also. And yeah, you can expect the Titans players to react badly to that, as well as the coach. The coach did have something to say about that. And yeah, that kind of builds up the rivalry a bit more in that game. It's kind of been a bit stale the last couple of years with Titans not doing so well. But I think that might fire it up a bit. But Broncos should be too good that game. They're showing this goal again. Look at that. Oh, can't believe that went in still. Alright, where are we for this corner? Get they up? Out we get. Oh. Right, that's mine. I'm gonna go myself. Okay.
This could be a chance.
Speed. Oh, you're not faster than me.
Once more. The shot's on. Wonderful
Oh,
save.
ref.
Had to really reach out for that.
Playing very well.
Oh, in goes the cross. Mertens.
Here we go. Oh,
Super header. Narrowly wide.
unlucky. Alright, first Saturday game should be pretty simple game, but who knows in the NRL. Melbourne Storm played the Newcastle Knights at Melbourne. Despite Melbourne's loss last week, they should be too good for the Knights, who I don't expect to win too many games this season. Despite that, the Knights do have a good record against the Storm, so that might make it a bit closer than we are thinking. But at home, Melbourne are pretty ruthless. Knights aren't really showing us too much at the moment, so all signs point to Melbourne this week. Yeah, I don't think anyone can pick Knights this week, especially away from home, despite the record.
Jackson.
We waiting for a pass through. Oh, too heavy. Make a run, mate. Probably too heavy, but still make an attempt. The next game, I actually still haven't decided who I think is going to win this game. I have a rough idea, but this is the West Tigers and the Sharks at Campbelltown, which is Tigers' home ground. And the Sharks haven't been playing. They've probably been the better of the two sides, but you can't really say they've played that well. Well, I can't anyway. I mean, last week they beat Melbourne, basically because Melbourne played almost the worst I've seen them play for like 5 years.
Now he's looking for support.
And I mean, pretty sure the Sharks beat the Dragons pretty easily, yeah, and they were pretty close against the Cowboys. So I suppose you could say they deserve to be the favourites, and they are. But for me, they're one of those teams that don't really impress you that much, but get the job done, which I suppose is all you need to do. Paul Gallen is back for the Sharks, but yeah, they should do it. I guess I say this every week, but I guess it's how Tedesco turns up. Last week, Tigers had a million chances to score. Robbie Farah was back last week, and they just couldn't get it together. I wonder if they won that game last week, if they would have been a different price. But oh, yep, go on. Oh, get there. Oh, don't. You can get it to me. You can get it to me. I'm in the box waiting. We're all over these guys. We could at least be 3 or 4 up. I'll have a hit. Oh, that might have been going in, that finesse. Yeah, Tigers had all the chances in the world against Parramatta last week to win, and they couldn't score due to Parramatta's defence. Is a big reason for it. But yeah, Sharks probably just going to sneak this one out. One notable mention for the Tigers last week, though, was James Tedesco's defence. But oh my God, what was that? And that's half time. Yeah, Tedesco saved about 2 or 3 tries. It was unbelievable. I've never seen such good defence from a fullback.
Well, he played really well, didn't he? And he got himself a goal to put his team ahead. He'll be pleased with that first 45 minutes.
And it's 1-0 at half time here in the Euro League. Napoli up 1-0. And a brilliant goal from Jackson for the goal. And yeah, it's a good start for us in this competition. So we'll move on. Next is a pretty simple game. North Queensland versus the Dragons down in Townsville. And there's no question about this. The Cowboys are 3 times the team Dragons are, especially at home. Not much to say about this one. Cowboys should win this pretty comfortably, you would think. The next one, first game on Sunday, is the one of two games that you can go different from the favourites this week, and that is the Roosters versus the Warriors down in Central Coast. They're playing this week, and Warriors played a very good second half last week. They said they're one of those teams that cannot play a full 80 minutes to save themselves, and if they don't turn up against the Roosters, I can see Roosters winning. Oh! That was too easy, but a good save from the keeper. This very quick shot that. Keeper done very well to get a hand onto that. Yeah. Warriors, if they don't turn up, Roosters could easily win this 20 points. But that same said, if they turn up, if Warriors come in by 20 points, that's the kind of team they are, the Warriors. You can't really tip against them this week, the Warriors. Especially since Roosters are still yet to win. I guess you'll have to take Warriors' second half performance as a... Oh, what am I doing? I haven't even got close to that header. You have to take Warriors' second half performance and hope they kick on from it. They aren't a very good away side, but I'm taking the punt that they're the better of the teams, and we will go Warriors this week to beat the Roosters for our first Sunday game. The second one is a bit trickier, I guess. It's hard to say. Oh, what is this ball rolling around everywhere? Well done. Okay, yeah, our second last game for the week is the Parramatta Eels and the Penrith Panthers at Pertex Stadium. And there's a pretty convincing difference between the two teams, form-wise. Penrith are not playing very well, very inconsistent at the moment, whereas for the Eels, they, like I said, in the reviews of last week's games earlier in this episode, yeah, they're shocking everyone. They won the Nines, which everyone then thought they were going to do well. I didn't. I thought that was just a fluke. But they've come to show that they are real contenders this year, and with the best defensive record in the league, it's hard to really go past them, especially at home. So it's Eels for me until otherwise.
Well, they're in a good position here.
Might wait a bit for the last game. About some of this career mode. So been a pretty slow game after the goal. Hopefully we're trying to get another goal to give ourselves a chance. Play that ball through. Yeah. Well done. What is that cross? Yeah, we've had the ball a long time. It's like the last game I played in this career mode. Couldn't get a second goal till very late.
Here as well for the team that want to hang on to this lead.
Okay, let's see if we can get this second one. If you too late now. Oh, what a ball! Oh, I wasn't ready for it. I was on my heels then a bit. Did not expect that ball to make it. Been playing with Aston Villa for too long.
Well, he saw the guy could switch the play to and came up with the pass as well. Excellent.
Yeah, the game for me this week, there's a few tough ones. I think that Broncos Titans game on Friday might be actually a pretty good one, especially with the increased rivalry, with the bit of chat going on this week. Oh, he's nearly run that out for a corner. A few other games. The one tonight might be a good one. Depends how Manly go without Cherry Evans. West Tigers and Cronulla is probably going to be the closest of the lot. Roosters Warriors on Sunday, that might be okay. And maybe the last one coming up, which I might just discuss now, the Bulldogs versus the Raiders. Raiders would be very disappointed after last week. They now sit 6th on the ladder. Had a chance to be... They would have actually led the comp if they won that game, which they should have. but they sit 1 point back now with 2 wins and a draw and 1 loss. They go up against the top team in Bulldogs. Yeah, and for me, Bulldogs, after last week's performance, you can't really go against them. Put 30 odd points against the South, all that against a very tired South side, but you can't really tip the Raiders, especially away from home against the Bulldogs, who are probably the form team at the comp at the moment. Oh, I left that behind. Oh no, I've just given it straight back to them. This is on me if they score here. I'm very bad in defence, and my stats prove that. So those are the 8 games this week. I'll put in the section as per usual which teams I'm tipping. Oh, go on then. Oh, he's taking me too wide. Cut back in. Just go myself. Oh, go on, finish. There it is, the second goal. All from me again. Won't get an assist for it, you wouldn't think, but still a goal that'll put us 2-0 up in this game, and we will get the win now from this.
A really good save, but that's when he needs the help of his defenders.
Oh, what a finish though.
Let's take another look at the goal.
Nice aerial hit there. And I've been subbed off. Perfect. We will just watch the rest of this match. Give me a chance to go through it better, these games. Yeah, so that's the games. Like I said before, I'll put the tips on at the comment section. Last week I didn't do very good. Didn't do that bad, but my upsets didn't go so well. Like I said before, my upsets are very bad. And this week I've gone all the favourites. I was tempted to go West Tigers this week, but after last week's pretty dour performance, I need to see another game before I can tip them against the Sharks. Oh, and they've nearly got one at the end there. Very close, that one.
A change, and it's clearly a tactical one. There doesn't
and
seem
a
to be
pointless
any
sub
involved
at the end with 4 minutes of stoppage time left. Looks like we get about 2 seconds of time to play as he runs on. Doesn't look too happy about going on either. And this game is wrapping up quite nicely. We're just preventing the inevitable with the whistle. So, my advice this week, betting wise, I guess, don't go anything too long. Oh, they've got one at the end here. Thought this game was over, but he brings it back. Is that the bloke that just come on? It could be, you know. I'm not too sure if it was. I'll have to go back through the video to see if that was the bloke that's just come on. I don't think it was.
Let's see the replay now.
Pretty good finish near post there. But yeah, surely they won't score another one. So yeah, betting this wise, I think want to take a bit of value this week. They're giving you a bit of value.
Off we go again, 2-1.
Just checking the prices now as the full-time siren goes.
I think we thought that this team would be brushed aside. They proved those thoughts to be
hard to say, really. You'd have to go a couple of those $1.20 shots. Like, you'd definitely go South this week, and they're at $1.44, so that's good value without Jerry Evans. As I looks like a man of the match again, maybe. Camera's on me. Yeah. And you could go a couple of $1.20 shots. You'd think Brisbane would win. Melbourne should win. Cowboys will win. If you add those up, you've probably got yourselves $4 or $5 odds there.
Shoots.
And I can't see any reason, as that show that goal again, I can't see any reason why they can't win. So that's my advice this week. Take a big 5-legger multi, chucking most of those $1.20 shots in. Find yourself a value one, maybe a South, or if you're confident in Warriors, at them. And Bulldogs, they probably $1.42. That's probably a bit of a value one as well that you might think about going. So yeah, that is about it. Thanks guys.